Hi everybody, welcome to another Taubmans live colour event. My name is Fiona, I'm the Taubmans colour specialist and we are here tonight to talk all things colour. So tonight's session we're focusing on interiors, but as I always say, we are here to answer any questions that you have regarding colour for interiors, colour for exteriors, or if you are embarking on a particular project and you'd like some assistance with that, or if you would like to learn a little bit more about our wonderful portfolio of products we have on offer to help you create that perfect space, ask away. So as always, I'm on screen for the next, or we're live streaming for the next half an hour. Please feel free to upload any questions that you do have into the feed and I'll do my best to answer them while we're on screen. But I'm always, once we go off screen, so to speak, I stay back for quite a while and we'll do my best to answer all of your questions then. And then once we're not streaming, that's an opportune time for you to upload any photos that you may want some assistance on with any projects that you are embarking on. So, as we always do, talking about interiors tonight, you know, I like to bring to life real life situations in these sessions, and I believe that if somebody is asking me a question in store, and, you know, especially if I'm getting asked the same sort of question a few times, I do believe that it's a really good topic to talk about. So tonight, a couple of weeks ago, I was in store working on a Saturday, and I had a lady come up to me and she said to me, I'm about to, you know, paint out a room, and I'm doing the, how did she put it? She said, I'm doing the WFH, and I'm like, oh, what do you mean by that? And she said, working from home. So I thought, you know what, this is a fantastic topic to bring to life, because everybody knows somebody, if not you're working from home. I mean, I know I work from home a couple of days a week. I work in my office. And I think that, you know, if we can learn a little bit about colour and what it can do, etc., we can create that perfect space to help us be more productive. So I thought, you know, tonight we're going to bring that to life. And so the lady that I assisted with, we went through a little bit of colour psychology, and we talked about how colour can evoke an emotion, etc., how it can affect your mood, etc. And so, you know, we came up with a fantastic colour palette, and we actually drew from the 2021-2022 Chromatic Joy, which is our colour forecast, and there are some beautiful colours. So what I have done is I have drawn up an office, which, oh my goodness, I want this office. I love this space. And I've superimposed the colour in there, and then we'll talk to the colours. But before I take you down that journey, I want to also bring to life Coloursmith and tell you about that as well. So when I was in store, also on another occasion, I had a lady who had a business card, and she presented it and she said, look, I'd really like some help with creating these colours. And so I took the business card, I took a photo, I used Coloursmith, I created her a colour palette. So I thought, you know, now that we're talking about tonight's session about creating that beautiful home office, I do think that there is an opportunity there to bring to life how you can create colour from a business card, because I do understand that if you are running a business from home and you're after your corporate image, you know, this is a way that we can draw from your corporate image and create a colour to fill that space. So I'm going, as I said, we're talking about working from home, creating an office. So, you know, colour, as I say, is such a personal thing, and it does have the ability to evoke an emotion. So I'll take you on a little bit of a journey about what I see with some colours that I'm going to bring to life tonight, and how I see them working within an office environment. But I do want to bring to life that, you know, it's all about you. You can pretty well use whatever colour you like. But as we always do with these sessions, we like to try and make them educational as well. So I will start. So, and I've got notes in front of me here to keep me on track, because I've got so many things that I want to talk about tonight. So, you know, like colour. So let's imagine you're in a high pressure job and you're now working from home a few days a week, and you need some calm and you need some focus. So if I were presented with that question, the first colour that I would immediately think about would be a beautiful blue. Blue is, you know, it's very calming. It has a sense of equilibrium. It can still invigorate as well. So it's going to bring a sense of calm, but it's still going to keep you invigorated enough to power through your work. So blue is a really, really good colour choice. You know, it stimulates the mind, leading to more productivity. It's ideal for staying focused. So you're always going to get a tick of approval from me if we look to blues. Now, another colour, if you work sort of in a creative environment or you're needing creativity, yellow is a really, really good colour choice. And the reason being is it stimulates emotion, it evokes happiness, and there are some beautiful, beautiful yellow tones. And I think I like to look for the happy yellows, and I also like to explore gold tones. So I'm going to show you some of those as well. You know, and along with yellow, you've got your coral and your peach. They're perfect colours for anyone, again, with creative jobs. And these are known colours that will help to keep your energy levels upbeat. So, you know, we're already starting to create a fantastic colour palette that we can draw from to, if you like, start your office journey. So you can even use soft pinks. They have been known to boost concentration. Now, for me, you know, if you've been following these sessions, you know that I have a love affair with green. I think green is just the most beautiful, beautiful colour to work with. And a particular colour out of the green family that I want to bring to life tonight, and I'll take you through it soon, is olive sprig. But green can be very calming and energising, and I guess it depends on whether you're going for a really true bright green that's going to be very energetic, or whether you're going for more of a sort of muted green, you know, that's a little bit more earthy. You're going to find that's quite calming and actually quite quiet. So it can work depending on, you know, what you're looking for and depending on your job, I guess. And for someone like me, look, I've got a very overactive mind and I find it really hard to switch off. And that's probably why within my space, I'm using a lot of green. And I find, you know, I only just have to look at the green and I feel a sense of sort of, you know, coming back down to earth, so to speak. So I have drawn up, as I said, an image of an office, and I've replicated it along, and I've superimposed some beautiful, beautiful colours, and I've drawn inspiration from our Chromatic Joy palette, and I do actually have some brush outs here of the colours, and I just want to show you because they are absolutely stunning colours. So I will literally just hold, these up here, and like if you're asking me what's a perfect colour choice for an office, anything like this is, and I will give you all of the names for those as I take you through the space. So I will go from seeing me on screen, I'll pop my laptop on screen and take you through, here we go, I'll just get that up. I'll take you through this space and then I will talk to the colours as we go through. So I'll just get that right where we need it so we can have a look. And here we go. So we'll go to the laptop, and I'll pop myself up in the corner so you can see me. Fantastic, I'm up there. Beautiful. So I've literally drawn up what I think would be a beautiful office space. I quite like the design of the nook there where you can slide right in, do your work. And as you know, when I talk about a fantastic, or, you know, creating a well-balanced, cohesive design, I do believe in one of the design principles, which is repetition. So I have, as you can see, we've sort of got that arch happening, but it's replicated on the wall. And I thought this is a perfect spot, if you like, to have colour placement. So when you're sitting within your space, you're looking at the colour and it's creating or evoking those emotions, etc. for you. So I will just pan around so you can see here. Let me just see. So you can see it's white predominantly, and then I've got the beautiful, beautiful green, which is, let's say, sort of in a half circle there. And that is olive sprig. So look, for me, it's a perfect muted green that really is timeless. It has an easy to live with feel. I do believe that it is rather sophisticated and classy. And look, for me, a perfect space to work in with that colour. I just think it would be very, I shouldn't just say zen, but it's just a really, really comfortable place to work in. So that's olive sprig. So the next colour that I want to take you and show you, so we'll just go over here again. I'll just pan around so you can see it against the white. That is beautiful. The next colour, as I was saying before, I have taken or drawn inspiration from our Chromatic Joy colour forecast. So this colour is called Daybreak. Oh, look, I think it is just a beautiful, soft, sort of blue tone. It evokes that calm. and it would simply be a pleasure to work with all day. It's just a beautiful, easy to live with colour. So I hope everybody's writing these down, because these, if you are embarking on an office, I think these are just perfect. Okay, so the next colour I have here, and you can see that really, really well, is a colour that is called Unbidden. Again, from the Chromatic Joy colour palette. And I have to say, I really do love this colour. It's sort of a soft, pinky sort of tone. It's very deserving of adorning any office wall. You know, but why stop there? You could really use this colour pretty much anywhere. It is just stunning. And again, I have used this colour before, and you've probably seen it in one of my previous designs that I've had up on screen. So this is again from the Chromatic Joy colour forecast, and it is Talk of Gold. And it really does evoke happiness, and it is just a beautiful, beautiful tone. So anybody that, you know, does have working within a creative environment, needs that stimulation, etc., this is a colour to certainly have a look at. It's definitely worth viewing. It's beautiful. I know I use that word beautiful a lot, but it is. It's just simply, it's simply gorgeous, that colour. Now again, oh, I love this as well. Oh, look, I know I love too many colours. Look at that for a colour. So this is called Maker. Again, it's from our Chromatic Joy colour palette. And as I say, it's called Maker, but make this your next colour. Divine. Look, I love the mix of hues to create this warm sort of peachy tone. It's very fitting for an office space. It'll keep your energy level sort of upbeat. And for me, you know, I'd be inclined to even look at using something like this within your dining room or your dining space. It is just the most beautiful tone, and you could accent that with green, rich navies, etc., etc. Stunning colour. Now, I have got another colour here, and I'm going to, as you can see here, I've created this colour using Coloursmith. So I want to show you how I did that, and then I can see on my feed I have a few questions, and then I'll come to those. So I'm going to now take you to, let's hope this works very quickly. I'll take you to my iPad. I'll pop myself back in the corner. Right, so what I did was I hopped online, had a quick look at some business card designs, and extracted one so that we could use that just to show you what you can do with a business card. So I'm now going to take you into, as you can see up here, the Coloursmith app. Now, if you've been following me, you'll understand that I talk about Coloursmith a lot. Coloursmith is an amazing tool that gives you the ability to create the most beautiful bespoke colours. It doesn't matter whether you are a DIY, interior design, architect, etc., etc. This is certainly a tool worth looking at. So I'm going to take you through, there are many ways that we can create colour, and we can do it using a Coloursmith reader. We can do it using a Coloursmith window, but for tonight's session I'm going to take you through the photo function option. So you open up your app and then you hit create from match, which I will do now, and you can see on my screen in the top right hand corner it says photo library. So I'm going to go to the photo library and utilize one of the photos that I have here from earlier on. So here we go, look at that. Created a business card called My New Office with the WFH Working From Home program happening. So the beauty of this is, now if you watch just under where it says Coloursmith, then it says tap to create colour, and then you'll see a big band of colour where it says select. Watch the band, because as I move the eye up and down the business card, you'll see the band changing colour, and this is where, when you find the suitable colour that you want, you can stop and then select. So I can go over to the terracotta, over to the grey, I can go down to the mustard or to the beautiful dusty sort of pink tone, but I'm going to go back here and let's have a look. I would like to get the deeper tone there. So I have found the colour that I like there. Now I'm going to hit select. And then I'm going to hit save my colour. And then as you can see, there's a little cog there with a button that says manage. So I'm going to hit that. Now, this is the fun part. You can call your colour pretty much anything that you would like to. So I'm going to go edit name. And I am going to call it, well, look, you know what? It's my new office. Let's be very original. Then we'll hit OK. So the next thing that it does here, so you've got a few options. So for everybody that's at home that likes to do what I do, you can order a test pot from home and have it delivered to your front door, and you will receive something that looks like that. It is fantastic. You can take it into your local hardware stores. So for me, I can go down into a Bunnings store, a Bristol store, Taubmans Trade Centre, and where it says order in store, if I click on that, it populates a QR code. Now that QR code contains all of the information needed to create your colour. So it's a little bit like a recipe for a cake. So it's a recipe for your paint colour. They scan that in store and then they create the colour. Now what I really love about this as well is where you can see the share button. I can share my colour across all of my social media platforms. I can also airdrop it, I can text, I can email as well. So, you know, you can create a colour, you can send it on to your clients, your friends, whomever it may be, to your painter, etc. And you can have your colour shared, have your colour created. It is that easy. Now, the other thing that I really like about this is, so for me tonight where I'm using a computer program that I've shown you some drawings of an office, along the bottom here it's got the RGB, so the computer package that I use needs an RGB code, if you like, or a colour value, so that then I can create that colour within my computer package. The other thing you can do is you can write a colour story, so you can write all about what has inspired you into creating this colour. But something that I think is absolutely fantastic is the fact that you create a colour and you go, okay, so I've made this colour. Now, what can I put with it that's going to work within this space? So this is where it gets really, really good. So you can see here, next to manage colour, up the top there, it has a button there called combinations. So I'm going to hit that. It brings up a colour palette, a whole palette of colours that are designed to go with the colour that you have created. I mean, that's fantastic. So if you're, you know I've spent lots of time with lots of consumers, customers, my clients, etc., that deliberate over colour. They choose a colour, they're really unsure about what's going to work with that colour. Well, this takes the guesswork out of it for you. It is that easy. So, you know, as I was saying before, you've got some beautiful greens that sit really well with that colour looking at this palette. You've also got some soft pinks, you've got some diluted down, if you like. There's a very soft sort of terracotta-y tone, very muted in the corner that would sit with that beautifully. Even, you know, like that sort of bright aqua sort of teal tone that sits up in that top corner, that's going to work with it as well. So it's fantastic. You don't necessarily need to paint all of your other walls those colours, but you can actually look to that for inspiration if you're going out to shop for accessories for a room that you are creating. So it is that easy. So that's Coloursmith. I'm going to come back onto the screen now, and I will answer a few questions. Okay, hi Natasha, thank you very much for joining our session tonight. So your question is that, or you're asking that you love cool whites, but can I use warmer floor colours such as timber and in carpet and sisal floor covering? You certainly can, and I'll use this analogy. So if I'm working with greys in particular that are quite cool, I like to warm the space up with the use of natural timber. For example, if we've got a grey exterior colour palette, I believe that a warm timber deck adds warmth, you know, and it brings another dimension to your design. So you certainly can, if you're using a cooler white inside, look, using something like a teak, you could even use a timber that does tend to perhaps have a limed white sort of feel to it as well, would work really, really well. But yes, in answer to that, you certainly can. Okay. Okay. Hi Lara, thank you very much for joining our session. Sorry, I was just trying to read your question here. So, hi Fiona, can you help with an exterior colour? It's a period home, very prominent and visible terracotta roof, shale grey modern extension, and after a neutral grey for the remainder of the painted brick house. Not throwing blue. Have tried Eagle Crest and it's too beige. To match with Miss Universe architectural trims, was thinking perhaps drifting cloud. Any other suggestions? So let's have a look. You've got shale grey, you've got the warmth of terracotta. and you have Miss Universe, which is very cool. I will just grab my shale grey swatch here, and then we'll start to break down some colours for you. And I'll also, while I'm doing this, I will also, I'm going to multitask here. There was another question I had here, which I have just taken off the sheet. So I'll answer that as well while I'm looking for your colours, because, okay, a question that I had that was actually posted onto our feed as the, let's just say as the event for tonight was being posted today. There was a question from Janet. So if you're listening, Janet, you're wanting to paint my outside walls around my swimming pool, so would like some suggestions, please, when sitting on the deck. You look at 3 walls, one to the left, which has a pond in front of it, and then there is a 3-panel wall, one like a feature, then one each side. It's like a box shape, but only 3 sides. So my first question to you, Janet, is when we go off air, so when we stop streaming at 7:30, is there any chance that you can please pop a photo of your area that we're wanting to create a colour scheme for, so I can just get more of a visual? And I guess the other question is, what else are we working with? So what colours exist within the exterior of your dwelling? So what colour do you have on the exterior of your house at the moment? I know that we're talking around a swimming pool, but the way I like to work is to take into consideration all of the elements within the exterior design. So if you can come back to me with, what colours exist now, and do you have a preference? Like, are you wanting something, because, immediately when I think of an area around a pool, there's some beautiful tones like Babbling Stream, which are beautiful sort of blue tones that would work extremely well in that environment. But I'd just like a little bit more information, and then I can come back to you with a few suggestions. Thank you. All right, so we'll go back now. I've got shale grey here. I don't know how I did multitasking there, but we'll say we gave it a whirl. Here we go, it's right in front of me. Okay, and we've got Miss Universe. So, and we're wanting a warmer grey. So after a neutral grey, so let's have it, when I talk about greys, so greys tend to sit within the realms. I like to categorise them into 4 categories. So we've got greige, which is a brown-based grey. We've got a blue-based grey. We have a purple or red, if you like, based grey. And then we have a green-based grey. Now, green tends to be the most neutral out of all of the categories that I've just mentioned. And green tends to be one of the easiest undertone within the grey to work with. And it's, look, I could go on, it's very forgiving. It sits and fits with many other colours. So I'm suggesting that we have a look at a grey that tends to have more of a slight green undertone, which is that neutral undertone that's going to work really, really well. So, yeah, I can see where you've gone with Eagle Crest. I'm thinking that if you were to have a look at have a look at a colour called, by Taubmans obviously, called Flint Smoke. Now, it's a little bit lighter than the shale grey, however, it does have that neutral element to it, and I do believe that working with your Miss Universe with this, and certainly with terracotta, it's going to work extremely well. That would be a colour that I would have a look at. Now, I'll show you where you can view colours, and I did mean to do this before when I was had my laptop up. I'll just get that up and I'll quickly show you, because we have an amazing website that's extremely easy to navigate. So I'll go off screen. All right, so you can go to www.taubmans.com.au. So great destination to begin when you are embarking on your colour journey and you're about to look for colours, etc, etc. Now, what I really love about this is Taubmans have simplified the way that you can search for colour. So you literally go to colours, you can go into the drop down here where it says paint colours and scroll down. Now everything, oops, everything is here. So it is, look at that, a family of colours. So, you know, you might be thinking, oh, I'm after a green or I'm after a grey or etc., etc. This is where you can start. If you know the colour name, you can go up to the search function here. And so for this instance, I'm going to put in Flint Smoke. Oops, good if I could spell. Here we go, comes straight up. So let's just bring that up onto the screen. Okay, so what they do here is they give you some lifestyle images to help you imagine what the colour is going to look like within a space. So, you know, you've got a bedroom, you've got an office, as we've been talking about tonight, a bathroom, and then there's just a solid block of colour, if you like. So this is the colour that I'm suggesting you have a look at, called Flint Smoke. It is beautiful. It sits extremely well with shale grey, and I know that using Miss Universe to trim on this is just going to allow the Flint Smoke to sing. So it's fantastic. Now, the other thing that I did want to show you while we are on screen, let's go back here, is you can go down, as I was talking about before, our 2021 colour trends. So let's pop onto that. And here it is, Chromatic Joy. So you can navigate yourself through here. You can view the colours. And you can view them in the patterns, as you can see there. Or if you're wanting to, you can actually hit solid. And we can go down and have a look at all the colours. Amazing. An amazing collection of colours. Now, as I do, I quickly... where was I here before? So I have just down the bottom here so that you can see them all together, the colours that I've talked about tonight. I've just got them up onto the screen there. So here is, as you saw them within the office space, so to speak, here is Olive Sprig, beautiful, Daybreak, Unbidden, Maker, and Talk of Gold. So if you are embarking on, you know, working from home and you're embarking on creating that space, and the beauty, I guess, again, about having a home office space is the fact that if you create a space that is a little bit different from the rest of your home. So for me, my house is predominantly white, and I'm going to take my own advice here and perhaps over the summer break create a new set and a new office for me. It's great to be able to walk into a space that feels different from the rest of your house, work in that space, tailor the colours so that they suit you, so that they help you, whether, you know, you're after, you know, you're in the creative industries and you're needing something that's going to help to unleash your creativity, or if you're wanting something that's going to help calm, etc., etc. There's plenty of information out there about psychology of colour, and if you want to delve in a little bit further. But have a look, and the beauty, as I said, about creating that space is at the end of the day, you can just close the door and you can disassociate yourself from your office. And I think that that's really important because, you know, we've touched on tonight that, I'll come back on screen now, you've seen these colours. I hope everyone's written them down. They are beautiful colours. I think that the really important thing is that we are all working from home. You know, many of us are, our job roles, or the way that we work has changed, and I really do believe that colour is a vital tool to help you get the best out of your day, if you like. And there's so much research and science behind how colour can create, help you bring out whatever it is that you need to bring out for your area of expertise, so to speak, for whatever you're working, whatever company you're working with, etc., etc. So, you know, have a look further, have a look a little bit deeper into what colour can do for you. I mean, I can talk about colour as I do until the cows come home. I love colour, and I think it's very much underrated as in what colour can do for you. So, yeah, have a look and see how it can help you create that perfect space. So, look, that's just about wrapping up tonight. So, next week we'll be back and we will be talking about exteriors. Next week is our last session for the season, if you like, and then we go on to a little bit of a summer break. So, you know, think about any questions that you may have. Certainly pop them in the feed now for me as once I go offline or any photos, etc. I'm more than happy to answer them. But if there are any questions that you do have that you want us to bring to life, certainly come back again next week. Join us for our last session before we break. So thanks very much, everybody, for joining us tonight. As I always say, stay safe out there. And as I always end my sessions with, happy painting, everybody. Thanks very much. Bye.